Hey, family!
Hi! We're ready to go on another adventure. Riley's got her passport, and we are off to Canaan again. You ready, Riley?
If I was in the upper room family.
You are one of the upper room family, and our upper room family is watching us go on a trip. I hope you're driving too. Do you see Canaan?
I do.
Oh man, okay, keep driving.
I do.
You do? Okay, put on the brakes. So in Canaan, here we are in Canaan, we're gonna meet this huge family. And they're all having dinner. Look at this. They're having dinner. It's a ginormous family. So remember last week we talked about Jacob? And Jacob got married and he had a whole bunch of kids. These are all of his boys. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then he had a baby boy here. 12. He had 12 boys.
Is that Jacob?
And he also had a daughter, but she's out shopping with her mama. So this is just a guy night. So all the guys are here having dinner together. This one, his name is Joseph. So can you remember that orange one is named Joseph? This is the baby brother. His name is Benjamin. Say, hey, Benjamin.
Is Benjamin a boy?
A baby boy. And I have a list of all the other brothers because there's a lot and I needed to write them down. Are you ready to hear them?
Yeah.
So these are his brothers. This is Joseph, Benjamin. Here is Joseph's older brothers. There was Reuben. So maybe that could be Reuben over there.
Yeah, Reuben.
Yep. Simeon.
Who is that one?
I'll get down to that row in a second. We got Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. Judah's blue here. Issachar, Zebulun, I hope I'm pronouncing these right, Dan, good old Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Whew, those are all his brothers. And so can you imagine having dinner with all your brothers like this, packed full? Everybody had to share their food.
What is that one?
Let's pretend his name's Reuben. That was the oldest. So
What is Reuben eating?
what is he gonna have for dinner?
Is this one?
Maybe he could have pizza.
What is this one?
That could be Simeon. So Jacob, he loved all his kids, but he showed
Was Simeon?
Joseph. Here, we're going to talk about Joseph the most here. He showed Joseph a lot of attention. Look, Rye, look what he gave. This is what he gave to Joseph.
What?
This is supposed to be a coat, and it's a rainbow coat. Let's set him up with his rainbow coat. So look at this. He's the only one that gets a rainbow coat. None of the other brothers got a rainbow coat, just him.
They took it off.
Well, he wants to keep it on. He wore it all the time. In fact, he kind of would be like, ha ha, look at me in my rainbow coat. And all the other brothers were like, hey, we didn't get a rainbow coat. So sometimes they didn't really like Joseph very much because he got all the cool coats. And he got all the best food, probably. And so sometimes the brothers would be like, oh man, that Joseph.
What is your baby's name?
His name was Benjamin. So a lot of times the brothers they're going to leave their dinner table. The brothers would be out doing stuff. And one time, let's see here. I'm going to line these brothers up, okay?
Whatever toast.
They were having toast. Benjamin's going to stay home and eat. So you help Benjamin eat some food. So his older brothers, his 10 older brothers, they'd be out doing stuff, and then Joseph would come into the group and he'd say, hey guys, guess what? I had a dream last night. And they'd be like, oh yeah, really? He said, yeah, in my dream, guess what? I was in the middle and all of you guys were bowing down to me. That's why I'm laying these brothers down. They're bowing down to Joseph. And he'd say, isn't that a cool dream? And they'd say, no, that was not a cool dream. And off they would go, leaving Joseph kind of behind. Joseph was always trying to play catch up. So Joseph would have these dreams that he was always being being in the middle and being really important, and his brothers bowing down to him. So one day the brothers had enough of this. They thought, Joseph, this is getting ridiculous. Do you know what they wanted to do to Joseph?
What did he have dinner?
They wanted to hurt Joseph. They wanted to hurt their brother. That's not good, huh? But you know what? Reuben, he's the oldest, and he said, hey guys, let's not hurt Joseph. Instead, let's just toss him in here. This is going to represent a well. And a well was a deep hole in the ground. And he said, let's just toss him in here. So go ahead, take his coat off, because they did take it off now. Take that off. Yeah, really pull it off. And then here, toss Joseph in there. Say, get in there, Joseph.
And he's going to go to sleep.
Oh, he probably did take a little nap in there. But he didn't want to go in the well, but they tossed him in the well, and it was deep. And then guess what they did, right? They took his pretty coat and they ripped it up. Oh, man, they ripped up his coat. And then they took it back to dinner where their dad was. And they said, look, Dad, here's Joseph's coat. It's all ripped up. An animal must have eaten him. Oh, and Jacob was so sad because he was sad that his son Joseph got eaten by an animal. But did he really get eaten? Nope. He was really stuck in this well. And he was saying, guys, hey guys, get me out, help. Well,
Did he help?
he said, help. Well, they went to get him out. And Reuben, here's his brother, helping him out.
Is their 11th boy stuck?
The 11th boy was stuck, right? Is that right? Yeah. So the 11th boy was stuck. And so they got him out, but guess what? They said, you know what, Joseph, we're going to sell you.
What happened to pancakes?
No, yeah, selling pancakes. They're going to sell Joseph. And so he was going to be a slave. A slave means you work really, really hard and you don't get paid. No money. So the brothers sold Joseph to a country called, here's this word, Egypt. And so this tape, Riley, is representing the road. So over here is Canaan. That's where Joseph's from. And all of his brothers are from Canaan. Well, they sold him. And so the people they sold him to tied him up and they took him to Canaan. So bye-bye, brothers. Joseph is going to Egypt. Oh, sorry. So when he got to Egypt.
He's in Egypt.
He's in Egypt.
His rainbow coat.
It broke. When he got to Egypt, he got to be living with a guy and his wife who were really wealthy. So he looks like a knight. He worked for the king of that country, the king of Egypt. And so he got to work for them. And he was a slave, so he didn't get paid any money. But they took pretty good care of him.
It's a little.
And one day, while the man of the house was gone, his wife, she really wanted Joseph. And so, but Joseph knew that she belonged to the man of the house, his master. So he said, nope, sorry, can't go with you. And she was a little bit upset with that. And she tore his coat. This guy in his coat is always ripping. And she tore his coat and she took it to her husband and she said, look, Joseph tried to attack me. But that wasn't true. That was a lie, just like his brothers had told a lie about his first coat. And so the man of the house was very upset and he threw Joseph. This time, instead of getting tossed into a well, he gets tossed into something else. Jail. That's going to be our jail. So he can't get out. He's stuck in jail. He was stuck in here for a very long time. And now Joseph is starting to feel like, oh my goodness, am I always going to be stuck in places? God, did you forget about me? But God didn't forget about him. Joseph had something that he was really good at. Remember, he had a lot of dreams. And Joseph could tell people the meaning of their dreams.
Did they share their food?
Oh, Joseph is going to share food. You're getting a little ahead of the story. It's coming. So here, Rai, this is going to be the king of Egypt. His name is Pharaoh. And Pharaoh one night was sleeping in his bed in his castle, and he had a dream. And it was a dream that really kind of bothered him. When he woke up, he needed to know what it meant. And so he said, who could help me? And someone remembered that Joseph could tell about dreams. And so he went to the king and he told the king the meaning of his dream. And the king was so impressed. He said, you know what, Joseph? You get to have a really important job. Here, I'll share my important chair with you. And so Joseph got to be really important and have a really important job.
Did I share our food?
Yeah, you're still on the food. Can you look over here at Joseph on his really important chair? I'm going to slide you over, see if we can.
That's pizza.
That's pizza. So listen, something's happening in Egypt and in the whole world. There's going to be a famine. And do you know what a famine means? It means there's no more food. Oh, man. Can I have the pizza?
Is there no more food?
No more food.
Is there no more pizza?
No more pizza. So look, all these brothers, they don't have any more food. And the whole world didn't have any more food. But do you remember Joseph sitting on his important chair? Don't worry, look what he got here.
Who brought the food back?
Well, Joseph had a really big garage where he kept lots and lots of food because he was ready for this famine, because that was part of the dream that the king had. And so he stocked this garage full of corn and grain and the pizza and all this stuff. So there was lots of food here in the garage, and people would line up and Joseph would give people the food. He would share it. Well, guess what? These brothers, they had no food, and so they're coming. They left Canaan and they came to Egypt, and they came to get some food. And here they are coming to get some food, and they didn't know that Joseph, he is no longer a slave. He is a very important person on a very important chair. But they didn't recognize him because it's been a long time since they've seen their brother. And so when they saw him on the chair, they didn't know it was their brother. They just said, please, could we have some food? But Joseph knew it was his brothers.
Is that really the data for the...
It's the data from our set, but we're pretending it's one of Joseph's brothers. And Joseph knew it was his brothers, and he was like, oh my goodness, here are my brothers. Now you would think Joseph would be really mad at these guys and not want to give him any food. But you know what? Joseph forgave his brothers for tossing him into that well. And he did give them food. He gave them a whole bunch of food that they were able to take back to their home in Canaan. And they had plenty to eat.
There's plenty of food?
Yeah. Now, before they could get all the way home, though, Joseph did something. See, this is Joseph's cup. His very favorite cup. And he's going to hide it in the food that he gave his brothers.
Is this one of the brothers?
Yeah. So the brothers took all the food home to Canaan. And when they got home, can you look through the bulrushes and find the cup? Can you look in here? Have that brother go looking. When they got home in Canaan, they found Joseph's cup. And they said, oh my goodness, we got to give this back to him. So they took it back to Joseph. Yeah. And when they took it back to Joseph, do you know what Joseph did? He took off his hat and he said, guys, it's me, Joseph, your little brother. And they were so excited, and they got to hug. And they said, we're sorry we threw you in that well. And he said, that's okay, guys. I love you. And he forgave them, which is a pretty cool lesson for today, actually, because today's Valentine's Day. And love is all about, well, let's look at, or where's your passport? Our verse for the month. Our verse for this week is 1 Corinthians 13. So in our passport, I made Joseph's really pretty coat. And then I wrote down 1 Corinthians 13, and it's from the Passion Translation, which is one of my favorite translations for this chapter, and I'll just read a little bit of it, but it says, love is large. That means love is really big, and it's incredibly patient.
It's a coat.
And love is gentle and consistently kind. So Joseph for sure was showing love. He was kind to his brothers. He forgave them. It says, love is a safe place of shelter. And so Joseph was that for his brothers. They had no food in Canaan. They came to Canaan. He shared food. He gave them a safe place. In fact, Joseph's whole family left Canaan and they moved to Egypt and they lived there.
Where's his bed?
So Joseph showed his brothers love and forgiveness, which is pretty amazing. And that's what God does for us. He's the one who came up with love. He is love. So that's our adventure for today. We were really traveling all over the place. Canaan, Egypt. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Today, our activity for our Joseph lesson is going to be making a coat, a rainbow coat. So if you have graham crackers at home, that's a big graham cracker, huh? You're going to break your graham cracker in half. So this is going to be the big part of the coat. Then you're going to break it again to make some sleeves. Okay, so that's going to represent, does that kind of look like a coat, Rye?
Yep.
Okay, so now we need some icing.
Why is it lighter with an icing?
Oh, because it's going to be like the glue. It's going to be like glue that's going to hold all the colors.
Can I try the icing?
You want to try the icing? Sure. First, let's spread it on. So we're going to spread it onto the big...
Am I the upper room family?
You are one of the upper room family. Do you think the upper room family is going to like this coat? You think they're going to think it's tasty?
I think they're going to make it.
They're going to get to make it. I hope you guys get to make it too. So that's the coat. This is a sleeve. A sleeve is like what goes on your arm. Hold on, we got one more sleeve. It's got 2 arms. All right. Now you get to have the job of licking it. There you go, girl. Okay, so there's our coat. And now we get to add the colors. Because Joseph's coat had so many colors, didn't it? It was all beautiful with all these different colors.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can put as many on. Do you want to can you put a blue one on that sleeve for me? Right here, see this? Do you feel it? Or are you getting your own blue one? Sorry. There you go. Yeah, put that on the sleeve. Yeah. How does it look? Does that look like a pretty good rainbow coat? Do you think Joseph would have liked this one? You wanted to eat it, huh? There we go. There's Joseph's coat. And then you can try it. Do you want to try it? Oh, man.
I'm going to try this piece.
Try that sleeve. I hope you have fun making a coat. Have a good week, guys.